What is up, guys? It is the FM Seagull here, and today we're going to be starting a brand new series here on this channel. The series is going to be called Rating Regens. The concept of rating regens is very simple, as we are just going to rate regens. I know, very creative. Uh, I have linked to Discord down below, which is called Regen Hunters. It's a great Discord where you can post your regens, and some of them get posted to Twitter, and those are the ones that we are looking at today. A few of the ones that have been posted, we're going to be looking at 5 regens per episode, and we're going to be rating them out of 10. I do want to stress that I'm fairly strict with my ratings in terms of, what it takes to be a 10. If you're a 10 out of 10, that means that there is absolutely nothing I would, change about you. Um, so we'll start here with the first one. His name is Kai Obling. He plays for Huddersfield. It's obviously worth 105 to 129 million pounds, which is great. When you look at his stats, you, I mean, there are a lot of words that can be said, but I think the first one that pops into my head anyway is wow. He is very, very good at everything that matters for center mid, right? Obviously, except tackling, right? Which you might want to be a better tackler, but I think for a deep line playmaker, that doesn't really matter. Great first touch, great passing, great technique, great vision, good off the ball movement, decisions, composure. Obviously, like, he's phenomenal. He's also pretty quick with good stamina and natural fitness. And when you look at him, right, like, what do you guys think? Is this talented? Is this talented? Is his talent wasted at center mid? Should he be playing as sort of like a deep line forward sort of position where he gets a little bit further forward, can score some goals, can create from like more advanced positions? Because obviously, as you can see, he's not very comfortable playing as an attacking mid right now, which for his stats seems very strange that he can't do. I just realized he's earning 140,000 pounds per week, which, like, genuinely for somebody this good isn't that, much. But I wish we could see all of his player traits because it looks like he has a couple of more hiding down below there. 15 long shots though with the curls ball and like, must be nice. Must be nice. I mean, obviously, who wouldn't take this guy? But as I said, getting a 10 out of 10 is very difficult. So the question is, do we give this guy a 10 out of 10? He could be faster, he could be a better finisher. If he's a midfielder, he could, have a little bit better positioning, a little bit better teamwork. And this is where you guys are going to see how strict this actually is going to be, because I'm going to give this guy a 9 out of 10. Um, he is a player who's very difficult to place. I think, it's sort of like a deep line playmaker, false nine sort of player up front. I think that's probably where he's going to, love playing. I think if Pep Guardiola had this player, right, that I think he would win the league every single year very comfortably. But yeah, so I think we're just gonna have to give him a 9 out of 10. Because there are a few very small things that I think could be a little bit better, but definitely a very strong start. Next player here is, oh wow, Nathaniel Leroy. And Nathaniel Leroy here is a very typical advanced forward. Um, Great dribbling, finishing, first touch, the holy trinity, as Thielen calls it. Um, like, his physicals for an advanced forward are great. His mentals are great. This is the sort of player, excuse me, this is the sort of player that you win the Champions League with. 100%. Um, he's 6'1", weighs 80 kg. He's got a strong, weak foot. I will say that his off the ball movement could be better. 15 off the ball, 14 decisions, 15 composure, 14 anticipation. These like mentals for an advanced forward are, in my opinion, very important. Especially things like, or not especially, but things like off the ball, because obviously he has to know how to get into the right positions to score. Composure, because composure, technique, and finishing, and also decisions, they go very hand in hand when it comes to um, scoring goals, essentially. He's also 22 years old without having places shots or shoots with power player trait. I obviously, how long has he had him? He's had him for 2 years. He's had him since he was 20. And he hasn't trained him to do that, which this guy who has Leroy should definitely do, because um, that is just going to take him to that next level, you know? Because it just makes him, I don't know, I feel like it sort of makes this decision easier. It makes him more consistent with what he's trying to do. And I personally feel like that's a very positive thing. I also really want to see who this Karim Insua guy, who is like ranked above him to play as a striker. Like, I would love to see who he is. But yeah, another player who is absolutely phenomenal, but he just has like small little things that I would want to change. I almost feel like it's unfair to give this guy the same rating as the last guy, but I also feel like it's unfair to give this guy less than a 9. So I am going to give him a 9 still. Even though I do think that the other guy is a little bit better, it it always depends on, how good they are for their role. And this guy's a very good advanced forward. Next up here, we have Ashley Barker, who is a striker. And so obviously the last few guys, the first guy was 21 years old, the second guy was 22. This third guy right here, he's only 16. Now, I have noticed something that is going to make me take a whole point away from him, and that is that the editor is enabled. Now, it doesn't have to mean that, he's used the editor, but I think considering he's on a youth contract, oh, he's scouting him. Maybe not then, actually. Now I don't know if I want to take a point away. So I was going to take a point away because using the editor to make your youth players better, like, is very much a possibility. But how the, how the hell does this 16-year-old have moves into channels? Like, he's always incredible, right? Just take a look at some of his stats. His pace is very good. His acceleration could be better. His off the ball movement is good. Decisions and composure for a 16-year-old are great. So the Trinity is great for a 16-year-old. Um, he's got good flair and determination. He's only fairly determined as a personality, which I think is a little bit like, nah, it's not a red flag, but it's not the greenest of flags. He's obviously very one-footed right now, but the fact that he's 16 obviously makes his shortcomings very justified. Not like the other two players who are closer to being fully developed players, and you don't really want to have any weaknesses in them. A 16-year-old, you can have weaknesses in them. They don't need to be a complete player for another like 5 or 6 years. I'm still contemplating whether I should remove a point for the editor being there or not. The fact that whoever this is managing leads, it does sort of make me think that he hasn't actually used the editor. Hmm. Well, you know what? I am going to give Ashley Barker an 8 out of 10. Um, it may seem a little bit generous to give him only one rating below the two other guys, but I feel like him being 5 and 6 years younger than those two guys really, it really, gives him extra points. So even if he loses a point for the editor being there, I do think that he should be at an 8. I also just realized, by the way, he's got 15 heading, which obviously he's only 5'9" and so he got 8 jumping reach there, but that's very interesting. Um, yeah. So Ashley Barker, because I have seen players with similar stats like that coming straight out of youth intake, I'm going to believe it. I'm going to give him an 8 out of 10. Next up here, I'm sorry for the bad picture quality. As you guys probably know, that this is not like my screenshots. His name is Salifo da Silva. He is 23, plays for Bayern Munich, is a center mid or attacking mid or right winger. Right footed right winger, even. Which, this guy is very good. Obviously, all the players here should be fairly good. I mean, when you look at his value, that is probably the most insane thing I've seen in my entire life. And the reason that he's got that value is because he's just so extremely well rounded. I mean, imagine having a center mid, right, who can do absolutely everything in the game except for tackle and mark, right? Like he's got 10 plus in everything except for marking and tackling. That's insane. He's got 17 jumping reach. He's only 6'2". 17 jumping reach. That's incredible. His physicals, obviously, in general, are just out of this world. He's got 16 passing, 16 technique, 17 vision, 17 off the ball, 18 flair, 17 decisions. Like, this guy's an incredible central midfielder. That is where I would use him. I don't think I would use him out on the wing. Even though he's got 18 flair, he has only got 15 dribbling. And I just sort of feel like, when you play somebody out on the wing, they could get lost a little bit. Obviously, this is cut in a way that makes it, so that we can't actually see the editor. This is another player who it doesn't actually play for the team of the player who sent in the screenshot. So I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt. And we're going to give this guy a 10 out of 10. He's obviously fully developed at 23 years old. And I don't think, I would want anything more from this guy, right? He's more of an attacking minded midfielder. So his tackling, marking, and positioning, like, I don't really mind that concentration as well. Like, I don't really care. As his finishing is only a 10, he doesn't have to be a goal scoring midfielder to be an attacking midfielder. And I think that having somebody with this kind of physical presence in your team, and also, all the technical and mental ability that this guy has, it's just, it can't be ignored. Um, and yeah, so this is the first 10 out of 10 that we've seen here on Rating Regens. And with that, we're going to move into the last player of today's episode. His name is Jugg Timich. Now here the editor isn't enabled, which is almost unbelievable. How the hell is this guy 3 stars at Bristol Rovers in 2028? Like, I'm sorry, but look at this guy's ball playing ability. Just look. He's only got 15 jumping reach, but 17 heading and 14 bravery. I think he's going to be scoring a couple of goals if you got the right corners on him, which you're in the championship. No, wait, what? No, you're not. Wait, I just got confused because it said European Championship down there, but apparently they haven't played in the league yet, so I can't really see how he does in terms of goal scoring. But this guy's he's really good. This is obviously the first center back that we've had. 17 passing, 16 technique, 16 tackling. Obviously his vision could be better. his mentals in terms of like, you know, what is highlighted for a ball playing defender could definitely be better. Um, 12 composure, ideally you'd want a bit more. 11 aggression with, you know, with 16 tackling and 15 anticipation, 14 bravery. Like, you should at least have like 14, 15 aggression as well, just so that you know, make sure that he actually, you know, goes for those tackles. The fact that he's 21 is like, it makes it sort of feel like those shortcomings that he does have aren't going to, I don't know, like, get fixed. He's also not the fastest. He's not the strongest. He's not the biggest. He's two-footed, which is obviously really nice. Marks opponents tightly, stays back at all times, which I actually don't like on this guy because he's got 12 dribbling, um, and obviously 16 technique. He's got 12 flair. I don't know why you would keep stay back at all times on him. I'm guessing it's something that he's had since he was like 16, 17, and that you just haven't trained it away from him yet, but I think that's something that has to go for this guy. But he is very good. But are his shortcomings dragging him down too much? I think we're gonna give him an 8. I think he's a solid 8. I think that is a fair rating. His two-footedness and ball playing ability obviously dragging him up massively, and he's like I really don't understand how, like, the rest of this guy's team must be so good. Anyway, that was it for this first episode of Rating Regens. If you liked it, leave a like and also subscribe. And be sure to join the Discord down in the description. Send in your regens. Also, let me know if you like seeing sort of content like this and want me to continue doing it. I love regens in Football Manager. I think it's one of the coolest concepts in gaming. And so I love looking at other people's regens as well. So yeah, with that being said, I hope I see you in the next video, and bye.